There is an episode where you had this cow which would give anything that you need, called Kaamdenu. Who is that cow really? That cow is Sri Ram. That cow is our religious scriptures. Whatever you need, you get from that. If you take the cow, in its natural state, the earthly cow, we get milk, we get penus, we get the ghee, the butter, we get matha, we get dahi, all is from the cow. That is the normal earthly cow. Think of the Heavenly Father. Think of the sacred text of Sri Manas. How much food for thought do we get from this? It says this Katha is such that it is referred to as Kaamdenu, the cow of plenty, in this age of Kali Yuga. Whatever we want, this is to pacify our mind. All the longings of our mind is pacified. This. When we read it, when we absorb the teaching, when we internalize what we get from here, it transforms our thinking. And we realize that the things that we were running after is meaningless. When you come to that state, you realize, I have now understood the nature of Sri Ram. Because Sant Tulsidas didn't want anything of the world. He realizes, the end result of pursuing these things is the grave. Do you take that? Think in terms of working all your life to acquire all the niceties of life. Big house, number of cars, big bank account, and all that of thing. And then, bam, COVID come and knock you out within a week or a day. You went to the hospital, and before you could be attended to, everything is gone. So what about all the time and efforts and energy that you poured? You gave everything that you had to acquire that. And in a split second, you have lost everything. Sant Tulsidas is saying that when you come to this understanding that the things of the world, though necessary, can only do so much. But there's something beyond that. He says, this text teaches us that. And when we come to that realization, then the mind begins to be simmered down. We begin to experience a peace and a quiet that formerly is unknown. And you realize, oh boy, I have wasted all my energies pursuing these things. I have shattered everything. My thoughts, my everything have gone through because of pursuit of these things, which in the end I will not truly inherit. So what was yours yesterday, what was someone's yesterday is yours today. And what is yours today will be someone else's tomorrow. So is it yours already? What is yours will always be yours. But nothing of the world is yours. So he makes a very categorical statement. He says, this Katha of Sri Ram is the cow of plenty in this age of Kali Yuga, and it is a beautiful life-giving herb. The moles that you they talk about that on one end and brain? That is what restored Lakshman to life. He says this Katha will restore us back to life, and we'll see things in another dimension, in its truest form and fashion. So he says it is like a life-giving herb to the virtuous. To the virtuous. Those who think clearly, those who think with purity, those who see. Only a pure eye, only one with pure sight can see goodness in everybody. No matter how good some people are, when the wicked person looks, he sees some kind of fault in that person. You know why? Because his vision is not pure. When you have a pure vision, you see goodness even in the most wicked. When you have reached that stage, this is where this Katha will bring you to that stage. When you begin to see nobility and goodness in everyone. When you don't do things for praise. The saint, Tulsidas says that the saintly person, he praises everybody. but he does not want to be praised. And even those who don't deserving of praise, he praises them also, but he wants none for himself. When you reach that stage, that is where this will bring you to that stage. He says, Soi basudha tal sudha tarangini bhaya bhanjani brahma bhekar bhuanjani. He says, it is a river of nectar on earth. This is a river of nectar. Could you imagine in your mind a river of nectar? You want to be there. You want to partake of the nectar. Just as you go in a river and you bathe, your tiredness is gone, you feel refreshed and everything. When you bathe in this river of Sri Ramcharitmanas, that is how you begin to feel. Everything is washed out by virtue of the Katha. He says, it shatters the fear. Bhai is fear. It shatters the fear of birth and death. You know, we are afraid to die, you know that. Everybody afraid to die, but never tell that. But death is a part of life. Death is a part of life. We should not be afraid of that. When it comes, it comes. It is a part of life. And because we live in it, we have that fear. But the person who reads this and understands this, he doesn't fear death. Because he knows death is indeed a part of life. A lot of people say, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, afraid to die. Whether you're afraid or you're afraid, you're going to die. That is the normal course of life. Right? This teaches you, do not be in fear of that. You transcend that. That is the power of Sri Ramcharitmanas. And it is a virtual snake to swallow the frogs of delusion. Just as a snake would swallow a frog, and you don't see the frog anymore. The delusions of the world is like that frog. Right? And this katha is such that it causes you to get rid of all that. Just as you don't see that frog anymore after it's being swallowed. This snake, the power of this is like that snake to absorb and pull all that. That is the power.